On the dividend news, we do have ExxonMobil, which raised its dividend by 4.4% last Friday, now offering at the 3.5% dividend yield. This was actually the company we were expecting a dividend raise for the month of October. The other company that did raise its dividend was Aflac with a 19% dividend raise for the month of November. Another one we do have, guys, is Snap-on, which raised its dividend by 14.8%. We also have ConocoPhillips, which hiked its dividend by 14%. And so I have three more, so I'm going to fly through these. Microchip hiked its dividend by another 7%, fourth hike in 2023, for a total increase of 33.8%. We also have exciting news from Main Street Capital Corporation, ticker symbol MAIN. Board of Directors have declared a regular monthly cash dividend of 24 cents per share for January, February, and March of 2024. That's a total of 72 cents per share of Q1, marking a 2.1% increase from Q4 of 2023. And the last one we did get, guys, was AFG, which will now be paying a special dividend of $1.50. So congrats to all the shareholders for these companies. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 211 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, what options we had to manage, roll. And then actually in this episode, I'll show you guys, we actually did get one of our covered calls exercised. So I'll have to show you that and what I'm planning to do. But in this episode as well, I will be going over 4 companies that are expected to raise their dividend in the month of November, so definitely stick around. But anyways, guys, you guys already know every single Sunday, guys, we come back. I have some scripts available for free. We kick these off at the end of the video, but we're trying to increase this monthly projected dividend income to $375 to about $400. We're so far at $366.78. Every week or every Sunday we come back, we see this grow, this dividend snowball continue to increase, because we do have goals that keep us focused on increasing this. Unfortunately, this will go actually down by the end of the video because one of my 100 shares did get exercised, so I'll show you that shortly. But you'll see that annual dividends so far, though, for 2023 we are actually at $2,857.20. This only includes the first 3 quarters. I will actually be making a video, probably releasing it Monday or Tuesday, on how much we made in dividends for the month of October. I've been pretty busy, but I'll show you guys how much we made. We made some pretty good income passively, had to do absolutely nothing. And yeah, I'll release that video, so make sure that you're subscribed with that notification if you are not so far, so you're notified when I upload those videos. But anyways, you'll see that for quarterly dividends, Q3 we're at $1,031.04. We're gonna be starting Q4, which will be very, very awesome. You'll see that this snowball, or this staircase, continues to get larger and larger, which is very, very nice to see. On the options premium, guys, you'll see that for November we finally started it, but we only made $2.34. It's very, very tiny there. And then options return so far on my money invested is a 1.88% return. Those are just crumbs, which they do add up over time. If I show you guys here the goals that I do have, we try to stay focused. The first one is not really related to the portfolio, but more towards the channel, and that is to reach 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. As well, if you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. Definitely helps out the channel, definitely appreciate it, and that goes a long way. Goal number 2 is to reach $325 per month on average. Guys, we surpassed this very, very early on. We're on our way to $375 to about $400 before the end of the year. We'll see what happens there. Goal number 3 is to reach $118 invested, $118,000 invested of my own money, which you'll see here, guys, we're at $117,401 so far. So we have about maybe $600 more to go, and then we'll achieve this goal, which I'm definitely excited, looking forward to it. And then goal number 4 is to dollar cost average into the portfolio $100 at a minimum, no matter what's going on. If the portfolio is doing very awesome, if it's in the red, and we're just going to continue that, our future selves will thank us. And then goal number 5 is to drip an additional $100 every time a company is going ex-dividend date. So I'll buy $100 worth of that company before they hit the ex-dividend date, so that we can collect that dividend for that coming quarter. And hopefully those little crumbs do drip back into the company, and in the future quarters they are able to buy more and more. And goal number 6 is to reach about $400 per month selling options. We might not meet this goal, but we'll see what happens. I'll try to stay focused on it. And then goal number 7 is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. We'll see how long we get. We do have a plan, and if it does get exercised, then we will be at 1,000 shares. If not, we still have this great plan that if it doesn't work out, we're still generating some very good income on that. But if I show you guys here the payout, what I was showing you guys here is that we do have a couple companies. These are scripts I do have available for free. But what this shows me is the companies in my portfolio. As you'll see here, we do have Costco, which will be paying out on the 17th of November. This is all sorted out by pay date. So then we'll have Starbucks on the 24th of November. Then we'll have Visa on the 1st of December. And you'll see it shows you the dividend raises that we do get from these great companies. And we'll kick this off later on. And the other thing that you'll see is that Starbucks and Visa are going ex-dividend date. So I'll be buying $100 worth of each company so that we can meet the ex-dividend date there. And all of them had dividend raises, which is super awesome to see. On the options here, you'll see that so far we're at $2,209.24 for the year of 2023, which we still have about 2 more months to go. We'll see how much we can collect there. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump over to the video so we can go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so you'll see here that the portfolio is at $211,481.67. You'll see that we're in the day change. We're in the green by $912.91, which is about 0.43%. And then you'll see on the 2-year change, we're up by $23,371.43, which is roughly about 12.42% in the green. And then if we look at the positions, you'll see that the capital appreciation from last week has gone down now. We're only up about 18.65%, which is roughly about $33,104.68. You'll see that our cost basis has gone up now, and then you'll see that we do have about $902.72 in cash available to trade there. But one of the things I want to point out, we do have a little bit over 200 shares of Apple. I do have 2 covered calls expiring next week, which I'll probably manage and I'll roll upwards, and then we'll hopefully be able to get out of these covered calls. But one of the ones that I do want to point out, guys, is Microsoft. I only have 9 shares now, which I guess I'll jump into it once we jump over to the history. We do have 100 shares of Altria. We have 100 shares of JP Morgan. So I'll be selling some covered calls on these, trying to collect some extra premium there. And then you'll see here that we do have 722 shares of SCHD. And then you'll see that SCHD started moving upwards last week, which was great to see. And then we'll have 3 cash secured puts on SCHD for $69 strike price that expires on the 17th of November. So we're actually out of the money on this one, so we wouldn't get assigned. We'll get to keep just the premium unless SCHD goes down and stays below $69. And then, guys, we do have the SNSXX, which is the U.S. Treasury Money Investor Mutual Fund. You'll see we have roughly about $50,000 invested in this, collecting roughly about a 5% return there every, just on these 50,000. And hopefully this allows us to buy more SCHD or other great companies at a discount. I'll actually be able to use this extra money to actually try to sell some cash secured puts on potentially Microsoft. And let's go ahead and jump over here to the performance. you'll see that we are up about $12,156.42 in the green, and then on the rate of return, that's about 6.07%. So very awesome to see there. And then on the investment income, guys, we're projected to make roughly about $6,688.22, averaging about $557.35 monthly. That's all the mutual fund, the usual US Treasury, including that. But for December, we're projected to make roughly about $944.72. On January, $406.93, and then February, $320.40. Big difference now that we have those $50,000, collecting roughly about a 4 to 5% return. And if I show you guys down here, actually I might be able to potentially show you how much we're projected to make about next 12 months, $2,611. So that's a huge return there, and that's very interesting to see if we'll keep it like that. Again, I'm going to be using that capital to potentially buy SCHD if we get assigned those cash secured puts. But if I show you guys here the history, I'll show you guys what we did this past week. I have it to start filtering out from the 29th of October all the way till the 4th of November of 2023. If I go to the bottom, you'll see that we do have on the 30th, I did a buy. So I bought Costco. I bought $100 worth of Costco, buying about 0.18 shares at roughly about $545. That way we met the ex-dividend date. And then also on that same day, we did a sell to open. So I sold a covered call on JP Morgan for a strike price of $146. That expired on the 3rd of November. We did one of these. They paid us about $2.34 after fees. A couple crumbs we collected. And then you'll see that on the 30th as well, we got some interest from Schwab on that uninvested cash, which was 43 cents, guys, not too much. And then on the 30th, I deposited $200, $100 to dollar cost average into the portfolio, and the other $100 to meet the ex-dividend date on Costco. And then you'll see here that the 31st on Halloween, guys, JP Morgan paid us out a juicy dividend of $149.47, completely passive there. And then on the 1st, it did a drip on that, which bought roughly a little bit over a share at $140 strike price, or price, reinvesting this and dripping, which is very cool because now we're dripping roughly about 1 share every quarter from JP Morgan, and that's going to be super awesome for the compounding. Unfortunately, on the 2nd or 3rd of November, we did end up getting assigned or exercised on the covered call we had on Microsoft. This was deep in the money. I was hoping to roll it this past week, but I waited till that Friday, and we had a covered call at 285, which is roughly, it got exercised. So what happened here was that my 100 shares did get sold at 285, which roughly I ended up getting in cash about $28,499.76, which I used to buy more of that US Treasury, collecting about 5% return. And then you'll see here on the 3rd, I collected, or I guess I bought SCHD. I bought 2 shares at about $70.50, spending about $141. And then you'll see here also that same day, I went ahead and used the $28,000, bought some US Treasury money investor, easy money there, and hopefully we can sell some cash secured puts and put this money to work for us. But let's go ahead and click this calculate dividends, see how much we made in passive income this past week for doing absolutely nothing, guys. So let's go ahead and click on it, and looks like we made $149.47, which is great to see. Let's go ahead and jump over to the 4 companies that are expected to raise their dividend in the month of November. I do have these sorted out by lowest 5-year CAGR, so the last one will be the one with the highest 5-year CAGR. And the first one, guys, is HRL, Hormel Foods Corporation, trading about $32.87. I do have them pulled up on Seeking Alpha. They are in the consumer staples, and dividend summary, dividend yield is about a 3.35%, annual payout is $1.10. So for one share you do own, they would pay you out $1.10. Payout ratio is 63.45%. 5-year CAGR is a 7.96%, which is very, very decent there. Dividend growth is over 57 years, which is very, very impressive. If I show you guys here the dividend history, I can kind of show you what I mean. So as if we look at 2022, they were paying 26 cents on the last quarter, and then the next quarter they paid 27 cents. So they raised their dividend. You'll see if we look at 2021, they were paying they were paying 24 cents, and then they raised it to 26 cents in 2022. But if we go look to the right, you'll see that that means that they typically announce that dividend raise around November 21st, 2022. They announced it November 22nd, 2021. So roughly around the 20th of November is when we should see a dividend raise from Hormel Foods. And let's go ahead and move on to the second one, which is MKC, McCormick and Company Incorporated. Currently trading about $64.96. If we look, they are in the consumer staple sector. Dividend yield is about 2.40%. Annual payout is $1.56. Payout ratio is 59.92%. 5-year CAGR is an 8.45%. Dividend growth is roughly about 36 years, what it's showing. And then if we look at the dividend history, we can kind of show you what's going on here. So it looks like if we look at 2022, you'll see that third quarter they were paying 37 cents, and then on the fourth quarter they raised it to 39 cents. If we look at 2021, third quarter 34 cents, and then fourth quarter 37 cents. So if we look to the right here, that way we can kind of see on the fourth quarter they do announced it November 29th, 2022, and then November 30th, 2021. So right at the end of November is when we should see a dividend raise from this company. Let's go ahead and move on to the third one, which is NKE, Nike, guys. $107.06 is what is currently trading per share. They are in the consumer discretionary. Dividend yield is very, very low, 1.27%. Annual payout is $1.36. Payout ratio pretty low, 41.98%. 5-year CAGR is 11.20%. Very, very good 5-year CAGR there. Dividend growth is showing 10 years. And if we look at the dividend history, I can kind of show you guys here. You'll see that if we look at 2022, Q3 they were paying 30 cents, Q4 they raised it to 34 cents, and then 2021 Q3 27 cents, and then Q4 30 cents. So on the fourth quarter is when they typically announce a dividend raise. So if we look at 2022, November 15th 2022, and then November 18th 2021. So potentially November 15th till about maybe November 18th when we should see a dividend raise from Nike. Let's go ahead and do the last one, guys, which is HP Inc. Currently trading about $27.42 per share. They are in their information technology sector. Dividend yield is a 3.83%. Annual payout is $1.05. Payout ratio is 31.83%. 5-year CAGR is at 13.51%. Very, very good 5-year CAGR. And then they've been growing their dividend for over 12 years is what it's showing. If we look at the dividend history, we can kind of see here. If we look at 2021, Q3 they were paying 19 cents, and then Q4 25 cents on the fourth quarter is when they raised it. 2022 they were paying 25 cents, and then Q4 26 cents. So if we look to the right, guys, kind of see when they announced the fourth quarter dividend raise. So you'll see that typically November 22nd of 2022, and then in 2021 they did it around November 16th 2021. So potentially towards the middle, closer to the end of November is when we should see a raise from HP if they do plan to raise it. But yeah, guys, this is the 4 companies. Let me know if you guys own any of these 4 companies in the portfolio. Definitely would love to know. And let's go ahead and wrap up this video by jumping over to the Google Sheet so we can see how much we grew the dividend snowball or decreased it from the Microsoft sales. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're at the dashboard. I already have a copy of this over here so we can kind of see the difference. And if we actually jump over here to just to the dividend payout, we can kick off these scripts. That way we can kind of see what's going on. So if I go here to portfolio tools, get latest dividends, we'll see if any companies announce dividends in the portfolio that I do own. So give it a second or two. Again, I do have tutorials for all these scripts I do have. They're completely available for free, and it looks like it's taking a little bit, so I might have to debug it if it doesn't work out today, but we'll give it a second or two and see. It looks like it's maybe taking a little bit too long. I might have to just cancel it and have to look into it this week, and then we'll have it for next week to see what's going on. Yeah, I'm probably go ahead and cancel it here. We'll go ahead and let me show you guys here the options again. On the options premium, we're at $2.34 for the November, which you'll see that it's very, very tiny there. Options return is a 1.88%. And then if I show you guys here the options in general, you'll see that the first week we only made $2.34, which in total comes out to be $2,209.24 for the past the past couple months for 2023. If I actually show you guys here the settings, we can go ahead and get rid of this, and let's go ahead and jump over to Empower so you can grab the latest copy of our portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week, as well our sell from Microsoft. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're at Empower. We'll go ahead and click on this green button, and then this copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, and hopefully that all my scripts are working, unless Google made a recent change on Google Sheets and I'll have to fix stuff. But you'll right click, paste special values only, and there we go, we're ready to go. If we look at holdings, you'll see that this is my old copy or snapshot of my portfolio from last week. You'll see that these are the positions with the number of shares and so on, and you'll see that Microsoft, we had 109 shares. We should have only 9 shares, but once we kick it off, so I'm gonna go here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings. Once you click on this, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the new stuff, as long as the Google Sheets still works. Otherwise I'll have to look into it. But let's go ahead and click on it, give it a second or two, and there it goes, guys. So we'll go ahead and jump over here to the dashboard, give it a second or two, and as you'll see that on the projected dividend yield, it actually did go down 1.94% compared to 2.15% from last week. That is because the market did go upwards, guys. And then on the yield on cost, we're actually down 2.32% compared to 2.73%. That is because we took a lot of gains on Microsoft because we had a really good cost basis. On the yearly, we're projected to make $4,111.82, which we did go down. Again, this does not include the mutual fund, the US Treasury that I do have. If I do include that, we will be way higher, guys. We'd probably be at the $5,000, I believe $6,000 yearly. But you'll see here monthly, we're projected about $342.65. So we did go down, and you'll see on the weekly, we went down to $79.07. So Microsoft made a huge chunk of the dividends there. On the day, we're now only making $11.27. On the hourly, we're now only making 47 cents per hour compared to 50 cents from last week. On the hourly work wage, guys, we're way below the $2 mark now. We're at $1.98. So this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week. They would get paid an hourly rate of $1.98 every week, working for us 40 hours, which is kind of what we want to get to minimum wage, which is the $7.25, I believe. We'll see how long that takes. We'll eventually get to it. I think next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to include the US Treasury mutual fund that I do have, and you guys will see this thing spike up. We will probably already accomplish our goals, but anyways, we'll go ahead and start including that here, and we'll see what happens there. But this is actually all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. Don't forget to subscribe with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you wouldn't mind dropping a big thumbs up on the video, it goes a long way. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag raises, because we are expecting some juicy dividend raises from some great companies. Again, let me know in the comment section if you own any of these companies. Definitely would love to know. I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Stay safe out there. Bye, guys.